Hi, my name is Sandra and I'm the founder of Soul Spark Rituals. And today I'd like to share a ritual with you that I created yesterday in order to get some insights and on a trigger that I experienced yesterday, and to help expand my awareness and to see what healing movement could emerge. So I'll explain shortly what this is and where it is inspired from, and I'll explain the steps. And I like to share this because maybe it gives you some inspiration for a moment when you feel overwhelmed, anxious, very much triggered, and like, oh, where's this coming from? So I'm happy to share. And I have a background and a lot of practice in shamanic journeying, in visualizations and meditation, in family constellation work and systemic coaching. And all of these aspects I combine in order to be creative in creating a ritual that is tailored to my need. And I set this ritual in nature. So for me, that is here in the desert with my horses. So I literally create a setup in the paddock and observe the movement of the horses. After 15 years working with them, they are like my spiritual guides, the way they move, the way they interact, tuning into my body. It gives a lot of information. But maybe you want to take a ritual to the ocean or into the forest, or even in your backyard, but just in a space where you are undisturbed and can connect to the elements and to animals, so that leads to Mother Nature, so that we feel safe and we can tune into our inner world and set our intention, and as we reflect with nature, open up our awareness and thus get insight or some release, or we make a movement, or we feel guided to make a step, or to bow, or to embrace, So it's a very open, intuitive, and also very practical tool to help in expanding your awareness and transforming that anxiety or pain or unclarity into something that you can work with. So what I did is I reflected on my trigger, what exactly was happening, and what pattern could I see here, and just maybe through some journaling or writing, or maybe you already know because it happens so often, so what to work with. And for me in this case, it was that what was lost, so that something that got lost or was taken, and and I decided I would work with and explore if it was in my father's line or my mother's line. So in this case, I worked with my ancestral line, and that's it really. So I took a moment to meditate. You can use a singing bowl, you can just use a crystal, just allowing yourself some toning to become present. And then I took a stone and I went into the field and I created two lines, one for my father and one for my mother line. And I barely stood in the center with a stone representing that what got lost or stolen. And Remas stepped into that mother line. I mean, I didn't even have to consider the father's line. And then that's the invite to trust. You can say, yeah, but, and how, and why. Yes, you can also explore the father line, but if you allow your intuition to guide you, allow nature to guide you, explore. and you sense if it resonates or not. So I followed this path, and I went into the motherline, and yeah, I felt my mother's pain. I know that one, okay, but that was not really it. So I continued and felt into every generation. So, and here you open up your sense, and that's why you meditate in the beginning. You open up your senses to feel like, okay, if I'm seeking to there, something very precious got lost. Do I feel this here or no? So you take a moment to feel into it, and maybe you walk on. Then when I was in the 4th generation, there was a bit of a resonance, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I left a stone there. Something got lost, and I did a little prayer. And as I go, I take my little rattle. It's just something from the desert. You can create one very easy, some seeds in a little pot or anything you find. And or you can have a very fancy rattle. You can work with your drum. In the paddock is not so comfortable, so I have this little one. And then I stepped into the 5th generation, and there I could feel my body almost electrifying. And also the moment I got into the 5th generation, my horse had an immediate release. As I felt that electrical stream, my horse Alian was releasing. He was yawning and yawning, and he stayed there for a long time. So we both stayed there. Zucker, our donkey, joined, and I stayed there and just let words flow through me, like make it like a prayer, like there's an ancestor who lost something precious, and in what situation did that happen? And in this case, it was and I observe what is happening. For example, Aliam was very almost sucking, like as he's a foal. So he stayed, he wasn't in my space, but kept connecting. For me, it felt like it was I got the image that it was a woman lost her child, or that somebody was in love and it was entrusting and was fully surrendered into life, but life or predator took her child. That's what came to me. But trust here your intuition, trust what comes. Maybe you don't hear anything or see anything. It is just an opening to your subconscious, because all that wisdom of our generations is in our blood, is subconscious. So when we open up our awareness and work with nature, we tap into unresolved issues, unresolved trauma. And my senses and the way my horse guided this is like, yeah, I have to stay here for a bit. So I did some prayer till I felt release, and I walked on through the 6th, 7th generation, and then I walked on into the light. The moment I came into the light, so say source, my Rimaz came, connecting. I'm like, oh. So, and then with her next to me, I turned around and I sent that light, that love, that healing from my heart through the generations, as I was rattling through the generations, so that the women who were hurt, who lost something dear to them, that something was taken from them by force, that healing light could flow through them and remind them, heal their broken hearts, and remind them of the good and the love, so that the ongoing and the next generation don't need to carry that pain. So and I walked back through that. I took a little stone representing that light, that inner flame of healing, and I went to the 5th generation and stayed there for a bit, and then I went to the 4th generation where I felt something, and then I went to my mom's generation, or to her position, and in the end came back to me. And when I then turned around, I could feel the love and the gratitude, and from that place I bowed, and in this way closed the ritual. And then I sat down and gave myself some time to sit, and you can just be in silence, connect to nature, feel gratitude in your heart, or maybe you want to bring, a little wind chime or a bell, anything. Maybe you want to burn a candle, or burn that old belief, that old pattern, and bring and visualize or manifest that fire. And then in order to integrate it, you can write, you can paint, or go for a walk and let all those energies just settle, and trust that when you work with that, inspiration comes, so that in a next time maybe you feel less triggered, or you can hold space for the person that annoys you to the bone, and see from a compassionate heart what is going on the other side, or you feel inspired to make a video like I did. So yeah, this is sort of soul spark ritual. Try it out for yourself, and let me know how you go. Would be really happy to hear how you feel about this. If you like a little transcript of this ritual, just go to my website and subscribe, so I can email you the transcript. If you like to receive a personalized ritual that is personalized to your situation and work with that, you're also welcome. Just drop me a message. Or if you like me to guide you on a ritual, it can be in person or online, and I'll take you and your question with me here in the paddock and work with Rimas and the herd. All right, so very welcome. I love to hear from you. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.